The Dallas Cowboys lost another game on Sunday, October 12th, this time to the Carolina Panthers in a 30-27 final spread. Now, the Cowboys are 2-3-1 for the season and in need of a jumpstart to get back on track. This team is so talented and has all the right pieces, but in the NFL, sometimes that just isn't enough. Luck has something to do with it, and so does the injuries that impact NFL teams during the season. The Cowboys, of course, have one of the best wide receivers in the league in CeeDee Lamb. But Lamb hasn't been on the field in weeks, and it's definitely coming out in the team's record. Dallas Cowboys quarterback Dak Prescott has great chemistry with Lamb, and it will help so much to have him back in the fold. Lamb, of course, suffered a high ankle sprain in Week 3 on Sunday, September 21st, during the Cowboys game against the Chicago Bears. In suffering the injury, Lamb was running the ball and got tackled very awkwardly, and then he twisted his ankle. Lamb has been sidelined ever since that incident, so it's been harder for the team, although George Pickens has really stepped up in the wide receiver department. But even with Pickens playing so well, it will be a relief to get Lamb back, and now, the Cowboys have news on his return. Timeline for CeeDee Lamb of the Dallas Cowboys return. So, when will Lamb be back? It could be soon. Really soon. According to Cowboys COO Stephen Jones, CeeDee Lamb, as well as Tyler Booker and Cavani Turpin, could potentially play this week against the Commanders. Ian Rappaport of the NFL Network reports in a Monday, October 13th post on X. Jones made the comments on 105.3 The Fan. It would be totally game-changing to get Lamb back, plus Booker and Turpin. The Washington Commanders are no joke, so having a healthy Cowboys team ready to take them on would make all the difference. Dallas Cowboys quarterback Dak Prescott is getting positive attention. Lou Scitalia of the NFL Spin Zone has his quarterback Week 7 tally up, and Prescott is in a comfy spot, even with a new loss. In the piece, Scitalia puts Prescott as the number 3 best signal caller in the NFL. With 13 touchdown passes on just 3 interceptions this year, Dak Prescott rises to 3rd in our QB power rankings and looks like he's playing a different game out there, Scitalia notes in the piece out on Monday, October 13th. Prescott has thrown 10 touchdown passes on 0 interceptions over the past 3 games, but the Cowboys took a pretty brutal defeat in Week 6 thanks to the Carolina Panthers. Scitalia adds that the issues that the Cowboys have are certainly not related to Prescott. You could list out the 100 issues with the Cowboys, and Prescott's name would not appear anywhere on that list, he says, adding that he's playing elite football. It's fantastic to see Prescott still get recognition in the NFL, despite a rocky season. Like Scitalia said, any of the issues that the Cowboys are dealing with don't have anything to do with Prescott. Having Lamb back, God willing, will be a huge help. The team's bye week is in Week 10, so it's just a few weeks away. The Dallas Cowboys got off to an unusual start to the 2025 NFL season, with the Micah Parsons trade to the Green Bay Packers dominating the headlines and overshadowing any potential for America's team to make a run at the NFL playoffs. Although many believed that trading their best defensive players would ruin the Cowboys' chances to compete during the 2025 campaign, Dallas has performed better than expected, with the improvement mainly on the offensive side of the football. The Cowboys have one of the best offenses in the NFL right now, with star quarterback Dak Prescott making a case for NFL MVP, while continuing to keep the team firing on all cylinders, with star wide receiver CeeDee Lamb sidelined due to a high ankle sprain. With Lamb on the mend, the Cowboys have gotten a lot of production out of young wide receiver George Pickens, who has turned a lot of heads around the league over the last few weeks. Jerry Jones revealing comments about George Pickens. With Pickens playing at a high level at the right time, the media is starting to press team owner and general manager Jerry Jones on whether he'd consider a contract extension for the 24-year-old wideout. As you know, that even has a competition to it and the very aspect of it, Jones said to the media. He is doing more than we did expect or that we could have expected, and what's really special is that he's a real plus to have around the team. He's a real plus around his teammates. He's a great plus around those coaches, and those coaches really think highly of him. He's not only doing it on the field, he's doing it as a part of the team concept. That's very important, and in his particular case, it should be noted, but we'll weigh that. We knew full well that if things really went like we want them to go, certainly we need to think about having some room available if we're going to pay a second receiver at that level. Jones seems more than happy with what he's seen from Pickens, which makes a lot of sense, considering his numbers during his first season with the Cowboys. Pickens has caught 32 passes for 525 receiving yards, third in the NFL, and 6 touchdowns, tied for first, through the first 6 games of the 2025 campaign. He has far exceeded expectations while winning over the Cowboys' avid fanbase, which bodes well for a long-term future in Dallas. Is Dak Prescott a legitimate NFL MVP candidate? Although all the attention at the start of the season was on Parsons and how the blockbuster trade would change the outlook for the Cowboys moving forward, Prescott has played exceptionally well over the first 6 games, which has put him in the conversation for NFL MVP. However, with the Cowboys sitting at 2-3-1, other candidates around the league, such as Baker Mayfield of the Tampa Bay Buccaneers, have grabbed the headlines and seem more viable candidates for the regular season award. With so much football left to be played and Lamb on the verge of returning, Prescott could make the MVP debate interesting if he can continue picking up the slack for a lackluster defense and lead the Cowboys to more wins down the road. Heading into Week 7, Prescott has thrown for 1,617 yards, second in the NFL, 13 touchdowns, second, and only 3 interceptions with a completion percentage of 71.6 and a passer rating of 104.6. Cowboys eye potential trade for Dolphins' Jalen Wright following Sanders' injury. The Dallas Cowboys find themselves in a curious position as they approach the trade deadline. While the running back position is not an immediate area of concern, the recent season-ending injury to Miles Sanders has created ripples in their depth chart. With starter Javonte Williams leading the way, the Cowboys are evaluating their options to bolster the backfield, which currently includes rookie Jaden Blue, an untested variable in an already challenging landscape. Injury fallout for the Cowboys. Miles Sanders, a pivotal player for the Cowboys, has been sidelined, leaving Dallas navigating a depth issue. Although the team has the capable Javonte Williams at the helm, the uncertainty surrounding Blue's contributions as a rookie raises questions about the sustainability of their running game. ESPN's Jeremy Fowler has suggested that the Cowboys may entertain the idea of acquiring a running back, naming Miami Dolphins' 2024 fourth-round draft pick Jalen Wright as a potential target. Fowler noted that Dallas had previously expressed interest in Wright during last year's draft cycle. Wright is a player I've had on my radar for that very reason. A lot of teams were high on him in the 2024 draft, including Dallas, which has a soft need after the Miles Sanders injury, Fowler stated, highlighting the Cowboys' ongoing evaluation of Wright. Wright's situation in Miami. Wright's candidacy for a trade is supported by several factors. The Dolphins, currently floundering with a 1-5 record, appear to be in a rebuild mode and may be inclined to part with younger talent as they assess their future. As the team shifts focus, Wright has found himself with diminished prospects in Miami. He has slipped down the depth chart, now overshadowed by rookie Ollie Gordon, who has ascended to the RB2 position behind Devon Achane. With Wright yet to see any action on the field this season, the Cowboys could see this as an opportune moment to make a move. The potential acquisition of Wright could provide Dallas with additional depth and versatility in their backfield, allowing them to better navigate the remainder of the season amidst the uncertainties surrounding their current roster. As the trade deadline approaches, all eyes will be on the Cowboys to see if they choose to bolster their running back core with a strategic trade, potentially bringing Jalen Wright into the fold.